Hey guys, how you all doing today? I want to do a quick get ready with me, but my camera cut off while I was doing my makeup. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a little talk today. First of all, welcome back to my world. I am Coco Chanel. Before we do anything today, I want you to like, subscribe, go next to that subscription, and push the little bell to let you know, get any notifications anytime your girl comes on YouTube channel. So how's everybody doing today? Today I've had a pretty weird morning. My husband was late to work. We all woke up this morning like, what's today? Is today Saturday or Sunday? Um, you know, sorry, my dog's in my house. So if you hear any growling, just pretend it's my dog. It's my stomach. I'm hungry in the mug. But anyway, but yeah, we had a pretty interesting morning. I had a pretty great weekend. I hope everybody else had a really great weekend today. What I wanted to come, tell you all today that it's easier for people to throw away people because they've never went through something they went through, but it's even harder to admit when you're going through something. I can admit that I went through a depression. I went through a depression for a couple of years. I never thought that depression was real. Okay. I never, like, my friends and associates would talk to me about they're so depressed and they're going through this. But let me pause. Today's look, you guys. You can forgive me for my hair. I had to wash my hair. Team Natural. If anybody know anything that we can do about hair shrinkage, I know the natural thing, you have to wait until your hair, gets a certain length for it to stop shrink so much. Mine is on my back and I want it to be shown. But anyway, for today's makeup look, I use my first palette is called Spaced Out, you guys. It's called Spaced Out. You can purchase this palette from Target, Walmart. Those are the only places I've seen them, but they're probably a little bit more places. I was going to see if they have a website on the back that you could probably order it from. But yes, I know that you can get them from Walmart and Target. The colors that I used on my eye, you guys, today. This is what the palette looks like. For my brow bone, I use this color right here, which is called Orbit. For my crease, for my transition color, I use this color right here called Comet. So brow bone, Comet is for the transition color. And for my crease, I use the color Earth. I use this color Earth, as well as I use the two different colors, Milky Way and Space Dust, for my eyelids. This is Milky Way and Space Dust. And Space Dust is dusty as hell. But nevertheless, it was Space Dust. Also, I use the palette BB Rich Girl. And I use the colors down here at the bottom. These two colors for my crease as well. The brushes I use are my e.l.f. brushes. E.l.f. brushes are very affordable. You can find them at your local drugstore, your dollar store, Walmart. They're about $1, depending on the brushes that you get and what you get. Also, the concealers I use on my eyes for my eyebrows. I have hair on my eyebrows, but I just put in a pencil just for, coverage, because there's such thing as overdoing your eyebrows and you can lose hair. Anyway, I use this Pro Concealer in Toffee. Like a Pro Concealer Toffee. Now, the only thing about this Toffee is I used to use this for my brow bone, and I brought it all the way down to make it seem like I did a little extra in the morning, but it would change the discoloration of my eyes. But I still love it. I'm going to still use it. I don't care what nobody else thinks, as long as I like it. Then, this Pro Concealer I use from LA Girl. This is one of my favorites. I use this for my crease, because sometimes you want your crease colors to come out a little bit different. So I use this for my crease, and the color is called Warm Sand. I use this for the transition color part and everything, because I want the colors to come out different. Now, makeup artists may use something different, but I know what works for my face. But this is what I use. And then for my lid, I use Pro Concealer in the color porcelain for the bottom one, so that the light colors that I want at the bottom to show up, they show up very well. I just did a little something for a quick beat today because I have some things to do and I just wanted a little something on my face. Now, for the lip, I used this matte red. I've had it so long that I don't know what the heck the name is on it anymore. But I think this was about $2, $2.99, $3, something like that. Very affordable at your local hair store, drugstore. They sell them everywhere. As well as this gloss that I know that I got from the hair store right up the street from me. It's called Brilliance lip gloss from Isme, New York. This is the gloss that I put on top so it won't be so matte. And in the middle, I use Madly Matte Lip Gloss. It looks like lavender, but when you put it on, you get this highlighted color. So that's my look for today, you guys. But yes, I wanted to just touch on depression a little bit today because I was on... And no, you guys, I don't have hair under my arms. I put on the wrong deodorant and it gave me a little rash. So I'm waiting for that color to come back. You know, anything on a bright skinned woman, it shows up. But I want to talk about depression today to let you all know that, hey, depression is real. You know what I mean? You can get through it. I myself went through a depression a while back, a couple of years ago, where after I got out of my first divorce, it was like, what do you do? What do you do? You know, my first marriage. It's what do you do? What do you do with your life? How do you reclaim who you are? Because you've already claimed yourself and made this life for so long as being this wife, you know, dedicated to your husband, your household, make sure everything was clean and stuff like that. So it's like, now who do I identify with? You know, and it's altered my life drastically the way I thought because I put my ex-husband on a pedestal that I thought he would never fall off of. So that kind of damaged a little bit. And so I was on a quest to reclaim myself. And I was told it was a lot of things that I wanted to say in that relationship, but I never did. So I just, you know, those things kind of sit up in your head. I should have said this. I shouldn't have let this go on. I should have did this. I should have did that. Those type of things happen. You know, those type of things happen. And what I'll say with that is, you know, at the time it probably shouldn't have been said because the situation could have went different. You know, so... And around that time, after that, my now husband came into my life, and he was going through a little thing. So we were two imperfect people came together trying to make it work. But it also made it great because 10 years later, here we are, you know. But I went and stayed with him for a while. And what I wanted to do, instead of getting in touch with myself, what I did was I went on and I... tried to fill that void by finding someone else. You know what I mean? And so I found someone else that was the opposite but alike from my first husband. Because I must admit, although that relationship altered everything I thought about life, he was outside of a relationship, he was a really good guy. You know what I mean? We could probably be really, really cool friends, but he probably just wasn't the one for me. And things like that happen. That happens. So I got with my now husband right at the time. You know, he was going through things, and we were just more so as friends trying to find a way. So basically, we healed each other being together and stuff like that. So if you see me looking over here, I have a mirror over here. But you know, so we got together for a while, and things happened with that situation that just made me like, ugh, whatever. But it made me stronger as a woman to want to pursue things for myself, to want to just say, hey, it's not about you being a wife or somebody's girlfriend or fiance. Okay, what is Coco gonna do for Coco? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do for you? So I started to work 2 jobs. I started to feel really good again. I threw all those feelings that I wanted to do for my first household, that I did for my first household, I had to do it for somebody. I had to cook for somebody. I had to decorate a house for somebody because I needed to fill that void for me. But I did not sit down and give myself time to dissect everything that went on, dissect my feelings. My feelings mattered, to get in touch with what I felt. I didn't do any of that. So fast forward, we left that apartment. I was just my goal was to have What can I do myself without a man, without somebody else's help, just me and God? What can I do for myself? So I went out and bought my first apartment. So when I got my first apartment, you guys, I just ran around the whole apartment. It was a townhouse. And I ran upstairs and downstairs. Upstairs. I was like, I did it. We did it, God. We did it. Got everything in the house, furnished it, had it nice how I wanted it and things like that. And things were going pretty good. Things were weird. We were young at the time. So, it was the most I was focusing on was I did it. I did what I thought I couldn't do. I did it. So, fast forward, things happened in that relationship. I didn't handle it the same way I was doing in my first relationship. I would get up and get so upset. Excuse me, you guys. I would get up and get so upset and things like that. And I'm like, oh, this is making me mad, cheating and all this other stuff. I'm going to do me because you making me mad. You know what I mean? And instead of, like I did the first time, instead of taking care of the situation, I kept it bottled up on the inside. So, kept going. Because my thing is, you got to keep a strong face, keep it going. Because if I ever settle down and just really pay attention to things that's going on around me, I could crash, And so, I know y'all see my tattoos. Sorry, y'all. I'm a thug. I'm just playing. But anyway, I never did deal with those things. So, things happened. And we left that place. So instead of me dealing with the feelings that I was feeling and things that I was going through, I was like, what's the next business venture? What am I gonna do now? So it's like, okay, I'm gonna get me a new house. So it was like, okay, come on out. I was at my dad's house. I stayed at my dad's house about 6 weeks, and that was enough for me to build up a little bit of money. My little sister, well, she's not my little sister. I have a couple of little sisters. There's 7 of us, but the one under me, she was there for me tremendous amount. Shout out to my sister, my whole family, but she was there for me a tremendous amount. She would, she saw me working, saw me wanting to do something. She would, here's a little care package. Here, I'm taking care of you. Here, I got your dinner for tonight. You take care of that, and I got this. It was actually a really good blessing. I don't think she understands the blessing that she was to me. But in the midst of all of this, I'm still counseling my friends. My friends saying they're going through depression and stuff like this. And I'm thinking, okay, just pour yourself into somebody else and all your stuff will go away. You fine, girl. Keep the faith. Keep, stay strong. You good. And so I would always think, how are they going through a depression? I'm here. My man ain't doing right. And my first man, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. And I can stay strong. What they talking about depression? And I had never went through a depression before. I've heard my grandparents say it. I heard my mom say it before. But I'm like, girl, shut up. Depression is in your head. So I would tell them, give them the little advice that you give a person that you're supposed to and things like that. And oh boy, after that, and I went and purchased my home. I went through the steps I needed to take through the care of. So I was like, this right here, this will cover up anything that I'm, it'll go away, baby. You just got you a new house. Your car paid for. Your God don't bless you with a better job, making way more money than you was. You ain't got to work 2 jobs no more. You good. Forget them and them problems. Forget them dudes. Somebody care. Or whatever. And I got in there, did the same thing, went from room to room to room to room, decided what I'm going to do. Because I'm a decoration person. When I get out of work, I want everything to look good, be good, smell good, it's good. So I got everything cut on, and I felt like me again. I felt like I was taking my power back. I felt really good again. And then that feeling would come over me. And instead of me dealing with those feelings, I'd be like, what's the next thing I'll do? I started doing makeup real heavy. And I would just fill a void instead of focusing on what the problem was. Now, at this job, I felt like, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to be the best that I could be. I'm going to do better than anybody else here. I'm going to be, I'm going to do it. And then everything started to come down on you. It was a different atmosphere. Oh, she's doing wrong. She's not doing this. She's not doing that. When I came from a life of everybody asked me to help them with everything. Everybody wanted me to do everything for them because I'm not going to say I was just that good, but I was good enough for them to be, just ask her to do it. She got it. You leave that alone. Let her do that. Come on over here. Will you cook this dish for us? And stuff like that. And that is how I felt. Anywhere I would go, oh, her hair is cute, or ooh, her makeup is really cute. Girl, that bag is nice. That's the life I had. Now, as a child, people may have said there's things and stuff like that because we weren't the richest growing up. It was 7 of us. We stayed in a 3-bedroom house. The house wasn't really bad or things like that, but we went through what we went through. We shared clothes and all that. I'm not ashamed of any of that because now I can go in my room into my closet and grab my own clothes, and I'm only wear what I want to wear. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to share anything with anybody. So, hey, hashtag my past made me. It is what it is. No shame. But, I got into that house and I started doing makeup and everything like that. But like I said, this job, she's not doing that right. She can't do this. Don't ask her to do that. And I'm a person that, I read people while they talk to me. I read them. I read how you react. I read how your body language is. I read what your eyes are saying. I read everything. And it's a blessing and a curse, because it's a blessing because you're able to read and know what you're dealing with. But at the same time, every time I have a conversation, I don't want to have to read nobody. I just want to be able to have the conversation and be like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? So I started to pull myself back a little bit more because this job was taking everything out of me. Everything. Where I was so used to smiling at people, and when they come in, it's like, hey, she's so bubbly, energetic. So this job, I was the same way, and it came to, what's wrong with her? Or days that I didn't feel like talking because I didn't have much to say. I got stuff going on that I should have taken care of, but I didn't. So I'm processing in my head, and I just don't have anything to say. Or you're having a conversation about somebody that I shouldn't be having a conversation about, so I have nothing to say. I'll sit here with you, but I have absolutely nothing to say, or I'll just turn my back. Now, to other people, that may be something else, but hey, I'm me, and I'm only going to do what's comfortable for me. So, this job was taking everything out of me. For years, lies and typical things that you go through, but I didn't handle them. So all of a sudden, my body started to feel different. My form was different. Every time I put makeup on was different. Now this time, my then boyfriend had moved away, and he came back in, and he moved in with me, and we took on everything together. But it was a little different from me than the apartments we stayed in. It was just a little different. Our feelings were different. I didn't understand why we were arguing so much. I didn't understand why, we could not stand the sight of each other and stuff like that. But something about us going through what we were going through kept us together. I don't know what it was, but it came to the point where instead of me sitting up and enjoy the day with him like I normally would, because we would sit at the table late nights and eat wings and talk and listen to music and stuff like that, till we get into our third place together and our feelings change. And I never thought that would happen, simply because I felt like we were so cool together. We were friends, we grew together and everything like that. And I never felt like any of that would happen. So when that started to happen, it's like, wait a minute now, this job already acting up. Now you wanna, and these are things that I normally could deal with on the regular, but when you're not dealing with what has happened, and you always live with that regret of, I should have said, or I should have done, or I should have did this. No, things turned out exactly how they were supposed to, but you still have to deal with those problems when they're there. So we went through a year and a half of just craziness. Everything was out of whack. The world did not seem the same to me. It took everything out of me for me to get out of the bed, to go to work, be seen, smile at these people that I knew thought less of me, and come home. I would just want to come home. I don't want to go to no grocery store. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to go to work and come home. My cooking didn't even taste the same to me. So that's when I should have known the start of something was happening to me, something different. So the advice I was given didn't make sense anymore. It didn't make sense. The prayers I was thinking, or I was saying, didn't make sense anymore. And I'm like, wait, I'm this blessed woman that love God, and I got this and that and this and this. I should be good. And that wasn't the case. So what happens when the perfect life you knew is not perfect anymore? Nothing was perfect anymore. Nothing was what I thought it was. Nothing was. So I didn't know what it was, and all I know is survive. Just survive. Fix your way to survive. I'm drinking coffee, you guys. I drink everything out of a straw. I'm sorry. Everything I drink. But it's coffee, you guys. If you can see that. It's coffee. But anyway, so we made the decision. And in my head, the same thing I was doing. What can I do to make a big bang to make us feel better? Go for a bigger house. So we parted ways. And my husband and with my fiance at the time, my boyfriend, he ended up finding a job somewhere else. And I'm like, okay, as long as I don't hinder you from coming home, we'll be okay. And so I stayed at my dad's house again. Of course, that's my safe haven. Went back to my dad's house. Hashtag never be ashamed of having to go back home and regroup. Long as you got somewhere to go to, it's clean and it's nice. Ain't no shame in it. Went back to my dad's house, got myself together again. I didn't move out of that house because I couldn't afford it or anything like that. I just felt like, okay, we need something else. We need a bigger, maybe we need to change the scenery. That's why we left. Not because we couldn't afford it. We had the money to afford it. We couldn't just stay that position. I was tired of the things that were going on. It just seemed weird because at the time I smoked Black and Milds. And me just going in the store to get a Black and Mild, people would and part of me is like, girl, so it's just a Black and Mild, but at the same time it's like, oh my God, they think less of me. And I've never had to deal with that before, of caring what someone thought. It was just like, I just did what I wanted to. And now don't want to buy a Black and Mild. It stopped me from smoking Black and Mild. I had not been smoking in no way, but you know how when you're younger you pick up a habit with the friends and you'll eventually get over it, but whatever. And so I stopped buying Black and Milds, because people were looking at me weird or whatever. And these are things that I have never experienced before in my life. So I started to pray and pray and pray. And then I went into a depression. Now, things going on around me, I normally can handle them because I brush them off and be like, whoever. I still walk past you because I'm cute. I ain't studying that smart and child of God. So say what you want to say, boo. But at the same time, I never knew what a depression was. The best way I could describe the best way I can describe depression, in my opinion, is it's like you're in a bubble. It's like you're in a glass bubble and it's soundproof. And you can hear them, but they can't hear you. And it's like everyone is standing over this bubble, looking at you, picking out all your flaws, picking out everything that you have done, anything that you... Because I always felt some of your business is your business. You don't have to tell the world your business. But it just felt like I was on watch for everything. I'm like, what is this feeling? I've never felt this before in my life. What is this? And, all I know is I wanted to cry. Everything made me cry. All I want to do is just run and hide. Don't bother me. I just want to run and hide. And that's what I did. I would go to work and go home. Fast forward to fix this, I was like, okay, I get a bigger house. So I went out and got the house that I'm currently in now. And I started to feel so much better because it's like, you did it, you feel good. That depression feeling is not there anymore. No, ma'am. I never fixed what was going on. So I'm in the midst of what I should have fixed. So I would just lay in bed sometimes and I didn't cut on no TV. I didn't get on YouTube. Everybody know I wake up and go to sleep on YouTube. And I didn't do any of that. So afterwards, I would after, getting off work, I would come in, I would just close all the doors, close all the windows. And I would just cry and cry and cry. And around this time, my husband's working somewhere else, so he's not here as much as he needed to be. And so I had nobody to talk to, nobody to understand. And I'm like, what is going on? I never witnessed this before in my life. Excuse me, you guys. And so it would just be quiet in my house, and I would hear all the mean things people were saying about me and stuff like that, it would just keep replaying in my head. And it would get so loud, it makes you feel like the person is standing right here. So all you feel is insults and insecurities and all things like that. That's all you feel because you don't know what you're going through. And so I should have said this, I should have said that, I should have did this, I should have did that. Everything I should have, could have, would have did, I didn't do. And so it was all coming back to me. It's like you keep buying these things, you keep decorating stuff the same way, you keep doing this stuff, but it's not helping what you're feeling. So when I say the anxiety and depression, came on me so bad, I was forced into a fast. Over a month, I was getting no sleep, and I was continuing to pray because I didn't know what was going on, not knowing that is what God wanted me to do. And I would continue to pray, and I would continue. I couldn't eat. I had bought crackers, some things to just grab and go out. I have a decorative bowl, and I just put like different snacks in it, and it was a 4-pack of crackers, and I ate one, and I got so full. I didn't eat. I didn't do anything, and I was like, why can't I eat? Why can't I could do nothing but drink water and cry? That's all I did, and pray, cry, pray, read, cry, pray, read, meditate. All those things I repeated for years. It was 3 years that I was going through all that. And when I finally decided to go to the store, something that I love to do, to just walk around and just kind of view things, to kind of buy for my house, to make my house look nice and stuff like that, that was like a task. It was hard for me to do those things. Like, I would go to a store and people would stare and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've never experienced that before in my life. And what's wrong with her? I'm like, what are they talking about? What am I doing? I'm just walking, and they said this, they said that. I'm like, I have not ever experienced it before in my life. And if I have, I never cared. It never bothered me. I'm just like, oh, who cares? I'm not seeing these folks. I've always went through that. And so, but this time, everything bothered me. I felt so bad. I cried. Why are they saying this? That's a lie. Someone spread it. This is a lie. This is not me. And I'm like, this ain't me. So, fast forward, my husband, around this time I got married, I was like, maybe it's because I'm living in sin. He's not my husband. We keep moving from this place to place, doing stuff together, handling business together. And so we got married, and, I thought things was going to be better, and they actually got worse. And it was simply because I was not dealing with the things that were hurting me. I was not dealing with the things that I should have dealt with. That is why I was going through the things that I was going through. And I thank God that I went through them, simply because it lets me know that I'm not perfect, but I am who I think I am. You understand what I'm saying? And you're only what you answer to. It helped me because now when I talk to someone about depression, I know what it is. I know that it's real. I know that, you can come out of it if you want to. There's a lot of people that take their lives because they have no clue, or they just feel like depression has a feeling over you that makes you feel worthless, makes you feel like everywhere you go, you could fart in your bathroom unexpectedly, but it make you feel like the whole world heard it, and you react as such. But fast forward, it got to the point where, my husband was my rock. I would want to fight, and he's like, fighting for what? Fight who? And basically you think you want to fight people around you, but you really fighting the things that you went through, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas that you should have handled then, that's all coming down on you now. And he would let me just stand in the living room and just punch and punch and punch. And he would just take it, and he would hold me and hug me and things like that. So shout out to my husband. He's like a godsend. I was able to grow with this person. We were two imperfect people able to come together and grow, as opposed to, oh, he's this and oh, he's that, and he has this and I have this. It was two imperfect people, and we were able to grow together. We grew, despite what anybody say. I love my husband so much that if God himself told me, I don't think he's the right one for you, I would pray that he reconsider. That's how much of a bond my husband has made on me, and I hope I've done the same for him. You know what I mean? He's one of the reasons I started to grow my hair back out and stuff like that. You see the shrinkage, you guys. Shout out to natural hair women. But yeah, and so we came out of that, little parts that I ended up in the hospital, and I was just like, I can't take this anymore. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't do this. I was always the girl when I went somewhere, somebody was, oh, her hair's cute. Oh, her makeup's cute, girl. That bag is cute. You know what I'm saying? Or I get my nails done. Oh, they grew so long. You did it good this time. To what's wrong with her? Why she looking like that? Why she don't talk to nobody? And it was like I never wanted to look in anyone's face. Now, I always look down as I walk because I'm a little clumsy. The minute I look up, I trip over a rock. But I didn't want to look in people's faces because I was like, I don't want to see the stares of people or them thinking this or that. Let me get in here and get what I need to get and come on back out. And stuff like that. And that's what happened to me, And so now I'm able to deal a lot better, because while I was in the hospital and I was diagnosed with actual severe depression, and I was like, this is not me. This is not me. This is not me. So it make you question the people around you. So I had some really, really, really good friends. Shout out to my friends that were there for me. One of my best friends came to see me every night I was in the hospital. She made sure that I had fresh clothes. She made sure this woman was a godsend to me, because she never looked at me differently. She still talked to me just like, we were out making decisions on what to do. And, like, friend, you okay. And I'm like, she still wants to be my friend after I just went through this depression. Like, she still wants to be my friend. And so getting close to the time, so shout out to all my family. It even had me, even in the midst of that, it had me questioning the people around me, because it made me feel like everybody around me was suspect. Like everybody around me wanted to do something. So I would tell them, y'all, I'm bipolar, just to see how they would act if in fact I was such. You get what I'm saying? But what helped me was when I was in the hospital, and they diagnosed me with anxiety and severe depression or whatever, and they said the episodes that were happening to me were bipolar episodes, but when they talked to me, they just really didn't feel like that was the case. So I had a nurse that would come in and talk to me, and I'm like, why won't she talk to everybody else? Why she keep coming in here and talking to me? And she would tell me all of her business, tell me everything with her son. And I'm like, I'm the one in the hospital need help, and she's talking to me. And I would tell her to stay encouraged. And I was like, wow, I'm still encouraging her. And I'm in the hospital going through what I'm going through. And every day she would come talk to me. And, she would just stare at me and turn her head. And I'll never forget when it was time to go, she came and she helped me with my paperwork and everything. And she said, you don't belong in this season that you're in. She said, you're here for a reason and you're here to help. Do with it what you will. But you don't belong in, this is not you. You don't belong in here. Stop battling. You're running from what God wants you to do and needs you to do because you're scared. Face what you're going through. Face all those fears and keep going. She said, because this season you're in is only temporary. You're not what you think you are. And I was like, wow. She said, everybody has problems. Everybody go through problems, but you are not what you think you are. And I said, what in the world? She would just smile. She said, I want to tell you to keep in touch, but we're not supposed to be able to keep in touch with our nurses. I mean, our patients. She said, but I really want you to go back, know your worth, because you're going to be okay. You are really going to be okay. And I'm praying for you. And that made me feel so good, because out of everything that was going on with me and everybody looking at me a certain way, this woman didn't know me from Adam and Eve, just sat down and had a conversation with me and realized that, hey, you are way different from what you think you are. So that was one of the things besides God that helped me get out of that depression. Depression is so real. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not real. It is very real. People are going to say whatever they want to say, but you rely on God to bring you back to what it is. So now I could go back and I could not cry about certain things. I can go back and look and take care of things like I needed to. You know what I mean? I got back. So I would say YouTube was one of those things that helped me when I just picked up the camera and pressed record and was like, let me do this. Because it was one of those things that let me know, hey, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to not be perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's okay to have people criticize you. They criticize Jesus. Who am I? You know what I mean? It gives you an outlet. It gives me a moment to speak my truth. It gives me a moment to tell my story my way, as opposed to someone from the outside looking in wanting to tell the story of what they think. You know, a lot of people will hear you say, well, why did you keep your head down so much? There's various reasons. Well, I may tell you that, I'm clumsy than a mug, and I may tell, next person that I feel like I can trust with my situation. I didn't want to look at people. And then people will take those stories, put them together, be like, she said this, she said. There are various reasons. There's just no one reason why people do what they do. There is just no one reason. Of course I'm clumsy, but I did not want to look in people's faces to see them. Sorry, the mirror's over here. To see them look at me how they looked at me, because I knew I was not that. And I knew that they weren't. It's like I'm screaming, I'm not this, I'm not that. Y'all stop that. That's not right. But everybody's looking in that bubble. It's like, yeah, you are. Forget you. They don't hear me, but I hear them. You see what I'm saying? So that's the depression bubble. But once I felt that weight lift off my chest and, come together. I was so depressed when I came home from the hospital. My house didn't even feel the same to me anymore. It was like I packed up my whole house and didn't realize I did it. I packed up my whole house and did not realize I did it. I had to sit on the couch and give myself a minute. Like, what happened here? What all did I do that I didn't know I did, Like, what's going on? So I unpacked my house, and as I was unpacking my house, I unpacked my feelings. I said, you're not going to sit up and hold what you want to say anymore. Say it and keep it pushing. If it's not going to help the situation, then keep it to yourself. If it's going to help that situation, going to make you feel better, say it. But be respectful. The situation I went through humbled me. It made me understand and realize that, things like that is real. Things that people go through is real. It's okay to say I'm not okay. And if y'all hear anything, my ear just came on. I ain't cutting my ear off. I get hot. But, people gonna go through something. Life is not gonna always be perfect. You judging someone, God is gonna quickly make you see what that other person went through. So keep your mouth and your eyes on your own situation. I'm a person, I don't pay attention to nobody else's stuff. I just stay doing what I need to do in my realm. It taught me to be slow to anger. Kind of just keep your mouth closed and just kind of go off a little bit. Let me take care of it. Think about it. And then say what you need to say, but say it in a different manner. You know what I mean? But it has taught me a whole lot. It has made me a better woman, and I'm appreciative of it. So like I said, YouTube has helped me a lot because it allowed me to get out and just speak my truth. Get out and say, I am a woman of God, but I also like to drink a bottle of wine. Not a whole bottle of wine, but drink a glass of wine every now and then. I like to bust jokes every now and again to make everybody happy. My brother-in-law calls me, the fairy. And that's why I always put the fairy after everything I do, because I want to sprinkle a little bit of laughter, a little bit of light to everybody as opposed to just myself. And I feel like if you're a little happier, or you speak in positivity and light on yourself, then you'll have a better day. You'll have a better life, and things like that. But my journey has been real. I was thankful that God forced me into the fast that he did, because he opened me up to a whole new world. Like, I could see car wrecks and things like that happening, and I would be so scared to tell people about it, because I'm like, somebody's gonna think you crazy. But then when it happens, and I feel bad, because I feel like I should have said something. I prayed on a whole nother level for a whole different gift. Now, the thing is, I never knew what God wanted to do with me. But I told him to do with me as you will. It may seem weird to other people. It may seem like, oh, she crazy. But my ending results is not to get the whole world to love me, but to do what I'm supposed to do. Now, am I going to get on my channel and bust jokes and stuff like that? Oh, of course I am. Because I'm a jokester. You know, if one day I'm having girl chat and you see me with a glass of wine, of course you're gonna do that. I'm human. I'm 35 years old. Well, I'll be 35 this year. You know, I'm a grown woman. I'm allowed to drink now. If you see me with some vodka and all the other stuff, send somebody over here to help me, because child, I lost my mind. But I'm sure, just kidding. But anything like that, I mean, you know, this channel is gonna be free for people to do what they need to do, express, say what you want to say, ask me anything that you want to ask me. I don't mind. If I can help in any kind of way, I don't mind doing so. You know, but you know, life is too short to keep hiding what we go through. I feel like sometimes a lot of people, and you don't have to just tell all your business, because it's nobody's business what you're going through, but it's okay to say, I'm not okay today. I'm not perfect. Nope, I had to make a payment arrangement on my light bill. You know, anything you go through, it's okay to have to do it, because trust me, the next person you're admiring, thinking that everything is so perfect, be a fly on their wall. Okay? Be a fly on their wall. You'll probably see some stuff. What Tupac says, the stuff you're going to see that's make it hard to smile. Okay, hello. So, everybody got something. Everybody had to get to a point where they're at peace with themselves. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? Everything is pretty cool with me now, but I still have moments where it's like, what is that? Ooh, that's getting on my nerve. What? Ooh, you know? But, it's just all on how you deal with them. I know I've taken up a lot of y'all time today. I started the camera doing my makeup, but the camera cut off. So, but anyway, once again, I used, for my eyes, I used Spaced Out palette. And it's a pretty amazing palette. Neutral colors. A lot of transition and blending colors. Really nice and affordable, you guys. The places I do know that you can get these from is Target, and I want to say Sephora, if I'm not mistaken. But this palette here, you guys, is called Spaced Out. And that's what I did for my lid and transitional colors, as well as I used the palette BB Rich Girl. Don't talk about my palettes, because just let you know I do actually use my makeup, and I'm not just picking it up for the camera. But anyway, this palette is really nice too. It has nice neutral colors, transitional colors in it as well. Really, and your corner brow, your corner eyelid colors as well. So this one was pretty good too, and it's called BB by Rich Girl, the palette Rich Girl. And again, for my eyes as well, I used the Pro Concealer from LA Girl in the color Warm Sand. If you all can see it, I don't know how I need to turn it so y'all can see it good, whatever. Also, I used the Pro Concealer LA Girl in Toffee. Hope y'all seeing it good. As well as using the Pro Concealer from LA Girl in the color Porcelain. And I use that for this color down here. Anytime you want your colors to pop and be lighter, you would use a lighter transition color. Color. And for my lips, I use this Ruby Red Matte Liquid. I want to say it was from LA Girl. I can't remember because I've had it for so long. But it's still good. For me to have it for so long, it still does a good job. As well as in the middle, to make the lipstick a little bit lighter, I use this lavender color. It's called Madly Matte Gloss. It comes out, is in here as lavender. When it comes out, it just makes your lipstick lighter. As well as I use this gloss, this lip gloss, Brilliant, from, I hope I'm saying this right, Isme, New York. If I'm not, someone please correct me down in the description box. But hey, this is it. And everything I've used today, you don't have to have, as well as the brushes I used today were from e.l.f. And like I said, e.l.f. is a very good brand. Very affordable. But yeah, all the advice I can give to you is stay prayed up. Follow what God wants you to do, because you have to deal with that in the end. You have to deal with that, not nobody else. Get up, use an outlet. You don't have to get on YouTube. Not everybody has to be on YouTube, but this was my outlet to be able to speak my truths and entertain, and that's what helps my process. You do what helps your process. You know what I mean? I want to give a shout out to everybody that was there, everybody that supported me, everybody that, kept their minds on the right thing, that prayed for me and never judged me, or went along with the lies that were told and things like that. And that was a part of my life. I'm not ashamed to tell you that, because everybody go through something and try to hide it. You know what I mean? Even celebrities go through somebody dogging them out, lying on them, and all type of stuff, and they still keep it pushing. So I want you to just be encouraged, stay prayed up, be you. Don't be afraid to live for you and your own truths, because baby, depression is more than likely to stand still if you living in your own truth. Say what you need to say, do what you need to do. Anybody got any tips, put down here in the comment box below on how to maintain your natural hair. I be wanting my length to show a lot better, but it shrink up in here. Any products that you think you using that's growing your hair and keeping your scalp greased and anything moisturized and anything like that, do that. I would say do that. But until next time, you guys, y'all stay groovy, stay who you are, living your own truths. I want you to comment below anything you want me to talk about, any questions you want me to ask. I'm an open book. Ask me anything you need to ask me. Make any comments. Hey, good, bad, or indifferent, I love them all. Make sure you subscribe, then run on over there to that bell and turn on the bell notification so you know every time your girl is on YouTube, whether it's funny, whether it's a moment to just talk about real life, or whether it's just to get over here and mess with y'all and just F with the living. I do it all. And thank you guys for watching. I hope I was able to encourage someone, to help someone, to let them know you're not alone. And whatever you need, I'm here. There are a lot of people in these YouTube streets. I watch a lot of people whom I'll be giving a shout out to a little later on, because they interact with me and I interact with them. And it's a very, very, very good feeling to be able to interact with someone else to stay somewhere else and y'all can get along. Like the video, share if you care, share with your mama, share with your daddy, share with your brothers, share with your haters, because don't nobody watch you harder than your haters. I am Coco Chanel, your living fairy, and I'm only here to please and make you happy. Y'all stay tuned and have a good day.